What's up, everybody? I got another Asus Ally X and Xeon Extreme gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're checking out the Outer Worlds 2. Now, it actually didn't do as bad as I was expecting on the Steam Decks. Some would even call it borderline playable. I don't think I would have very much fun playing like that, especially with anything with the guns. I don't really like low FPS, but I still killed people and got in further in the game, so it's not like I'm incapable of playing like that. But also noticed something interesting. Since I put my own drive in this Xeon Extreme, it got done way faster with this update. So I think that's all SSD based. It doesn't really matter how powerful your system is other than that, because it's like taking about the same amount of time as the OLED Steam Deck did, because they're both going about the same 90 to 111 megabits per second. Or I think that one was megabytes per second. You gotta be careful with that one. It's very, very, very different. But either way, I just thought that was kind of interesting. So even though it's quite a bit more powerful than the Steam Deck OLED, it's gonna take about 12 minutes to do that. But way better than the LCD Steam Deck. That legitimately took about 45 to 50 minutes to get done, because it only went at like 40 to 60 megabytes per second on whatever unpacking or whatever it was doing. But anyway, why don't we stop blabbing? And why don't we get to gaming? For you guys, we'll get right in settings and then gaming, but I still have to wait like 12 minutes, fortunately. But luckily, video editing exists. So, now, here we're gonna do 1080p first on high, which if I recall does not go all that well. But some people don't even require 30 FPS, so I still wanna not leave those people hanging. So we'll try this out like we always do, and then we'll just keep rolling down until we get to 720p.
Come over here at once, please. What are you doing here? Why aren't you at your post? Has this whole facility gone mad? Something awful has happened. We must be on our guard. Security ops cannot even be reached despite all of my attempts. This should be impossible. The automechs all returned to their charging stations and deactivated. And then there was the explosion. Please, tell me you know what's happening here. Without you first identifying yourself as regulations demand, we must adhere to proper protocol, even under emergency conditions. Especially under emergency conditions. Violations of procedure cannot be excused. You need to turn yourself into the Arbiters post-haste, as is your duty. Shirking such will only make matters worse for you. What? You would deny the course of Protectorate judgment? Then I suppose it must be forced upon you. You heathen. Guards! I need immediate assistance at the bridge!
Now 900p medium settings, which goes quite a bit better. I still think it might drop under 30 here and there, but it at least does a lot better job now. But unfortunately, we're under minimum specs both on the Steam Deck by quite a bit and still on this one by quite a bit. Even my G15 Advantage doesn't quite meet the recommended. It's above the minimum, but it's not quite recommended either.
What in the void was going on out there? Did you think shooting up the place was a good idea right now, after what happened to Niles? You need to stop the tomfoolery, take the lift behind you, and get to me as soon as you can. It is imperative we retrieve this unsealed core and escape this station. Commander, be on your guard. I'm picking up increased security activity in your area. They'll be at your location at any moment.
Not a drill. Or it is. Or it is. It's not our place to question. Taking shelter. Grenade! Away! You can't fight defensemen!
So now we'll drop her down to 720p. Although I'm not gonna lie, I feel like the performance upscaling is not really necessary at this low resolution. You could have probably just left it at quality or balanced, probably balanced, just to get for sure over that 30 FPS. Because it seemed like any time I'd go to quality, there'd be some few spots, not very often, where we'd just start getting like down to 31, 32, and I was just like, I don't know. Luckily, most of the time with these settings, we were doing pretty damn good in the FPS for what this thing is, honestly. It just does not look all that great.
Huh? That's Johnny Brooklyn too! Pay in kind!
Commander, can you hear us? Something's wrong. We can't get into the skip lab, and DeVries isn't responding to our comms. In other words, we're trapped out here. So don't count on us for backup. We'll be here.
fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone. Remember, we're all in this together.
Let the Paradigm worry about tomorrow. Thinking never made anybody happy. Hello? Right. Back to it.
Better take a gander. Giving chase.
So, now I figured we'd do what settings I'd run it at. So like I said, we'll put the TSR to balanced. I tried quality, but I just couldn't get the FPS I desired. So I kind of had to give up. But it is what it is. I still think it looks alright for what it is, especially because this is way under the minimum specs. So hey, let's hop back in the game and let's see what it's willing to do for us now.
Boy, damn it! Can't you get anything right? You were supposed to be dead already. I should have known better than to underestimate someone who needs to gamble on anything and everything just to feel alive. Oh, an infuriating miscalculation on my part, but one that will soon be rectified. You think you can bait me with insults? I am a better agent than you could ever hope to be. Not that it matters. Very shortly, nothing will. Let me put this simply, simple enough for even you to understand. The grand plan mandates this abomination of an experiment must die, and you along with it. Your righteousness is as unamusing as it is misplaced. I have no expectation to live through this either. Don't you think I would have? Sparing Niles and not having to deal with you would have been preferable were I given the choice. But the plan cares not for our wants. I couldn't risk the delicate balance of the predictions. The mathematical computations involved are very specific. There is no too late. This is happening right on time, as it must. And whether Niles is alive or dead has no bearing on it. Farewell, Commander.
Sovereign's family has been killed by a naturally occurring rift anomaly. High priority alert to all Earth Directorate agents. Contact with Earth has been low.
Identified ships on the edge of Arcadia.
It's no longer just a spacer's choice, it's Auntie's choice. Greater value for your men.
Arcadian citizens, we've come to deliver you from oppression.
So, now we're going to start all over again. 1080p on the X. Again, it just because this thing is the X and it has a little more VRAM and tiny faster VRAM. Since it's shared system RAM, it's not like night and day difference by any means. Just like the Steam Deck OLED and whatnot versus the LCD, you're usually like 2 or 3 FPS tops in difference. But at the same time, at least it does have more VRAM, and this game does seem to like VRAM, so if that was an issue, this should remedy that. So let's go see if it makes any meaningful difference or not. Probably not, but hey, we won't know till we try.
How do you protectorate folk feel about all these little rifts? Nancy insists they're the next big money-making opportunity. Between you and me, I don't buy it.
We're told again and again that the rifts are merely a natural phenomenon.
I don't buy that.
No signs of corrosion. Exhaust manifold still warm. Come on, baby. I can't help you if you don't tell me what's wrong.
Now we'll do 900p and a medium. I also put it down to balanced, which is as low as I would go. And even that isn't great. I'd prefer to stick with quality if you're forced to use upscaling, but sometimes, even on something like this, that's way more powerful than the Steam Deck, you still have to deal with, 360p upscaled to 720p kind of shit. It's no fun. But at the same time, something's got to give if you're playing that much under the minimum specs, right? So now, we'll get back into the game and see what it can do.
Yet you see fit to keep me in a constant state of consternation. With each unauthorized act, you jeopardize our hold of Fairfield.
Yes, but you must understand, the Protectorate citizenry is a hair's breadth from defection. Within the week, I'm certain.
Certain. Like the week prior and the week before that. Impressive foresight you wield. Should apply to join the Order of the Ascendant.
It would be difficult enough to convert the stubborn populace without your soldiers' constant, ill-advised forays.
Enough! Your yipping reminds me of my 2 old canids. I loved those canids. You, on the other hand, are trying my patience. We don't want to try Auntie's patience, do we?
No,
Auntie.
Auntie.
Yes, I thought not. Now, unless you care to see what life in the lower rungs looks like, you will both of you cease your foolish maneuvering immediately. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, Auntie.
Good. See that it is done. I will brook no more disappointments. And while you're at it, you might want to look into your security situation, Commander. I'm not accustomed to an audience when addressing my subordinates.
Who in the void? Eavesdropping on Auntie's choice business is like to get a body shot for spying. Though you're not wanting for moxie. I'll give you that.
Now hold a moment, Car. When opportunity comes visiting, perhaps it's better not to riddle it full of holes. Our new compatriot may be of assistance.
A surprisingly good point, especially from you. She only forbade us using our own personnel. Be a whole other matter were a stranger to happen to aid one of us. But which? Well, you seem an observant sort, so I expect you'll tire of Milver Street's bluster soon enough. Come see me before agreeing to whatever absurdity he proposes. Unlike him, I have some work actually befitting your time. I'll be waiting.
Alone at last. I never thought she'd leave. Now then, allow me to introduce myself. I am D.B. Milver Street, Minister of Marketing, Duke of Demographics, Commercial Condottiere, President of Promotional Material. Tell me, do you believe in signs? Everything happens for a reason. Yes. Yes, I can see that kind of line working with our protectorate demographic. I do not believe in signs. I believe in opportunities. Right now, at this moment, you and I have an opportunity to save countless lives.
So now we'll do 720p. We got the upscaling on performance, which I think is way too low. Like, it already looks pretty bad on balanced, but it looks absolutely abhorrent on freaking everything on low and performance upscaling, because I think that's beyond 360. I think that's like 240p or some nonsense like that, upscaled to 720. And even DLSS probably wouldn't be able to make that picture look great. But anyway, why don't we go ahead and hop ourselves into the game, and then we'll go and test what settings I would run, which aren't 60 plus by any means, but they're at least pretty decent, I think.
Commander, there is a 98.7% chance that hunting Agent DeVries will require greater amounts of ammunition than you currently possess. Ammunition can be purchased at vending machines or crafted at a workbench using materials like this collection of scrap metal and powder.
Well, if it ain't D.B. Milver Street's newest sycophant. I'm Officer Babylon Carr, and you can consider that introduction the start and end of our personable relationship. If you'd spoken with me like I suggested, mayhaps the two of us could bandy words, but you didn't. And taking sides with Milver Street means I got no use for you.
So now we'll do my settings that I would run here. And there we go. In all honesty, you could probably turn the textures up to high, but they seemed like they were actually lowering the FPS by a little bit. Usually that doesn't happen, so that's the only reason I did that. They went back to normal, I went back to medium, so I was like, okay, that generally doesn't happen so long as you have enough VRAM, and this thing's got 8. Maybe this game just really wants more than 8 gigs minimum. I don't know. But either way, let's go hop into the game.
Ectoplasm. Green. Nope. Just Terrorix.
Well, alright, let's get a little camera recorded gameplay now.
All these years and I still can't get my head around what Augustine did. Sacrificing her whole team. And for what? What did our blood pay for?
Nonsense.
Oh, Commander. Thought you were Val. Glad to see you up and ambling about. And not, human stew. Seems so. Better luck next time, I guess. You know, when I first learned some of the escape pods made it away from the station, I'd hoped. I mean, I did search for you, Commander. just as soon as I was able. Might be you're giving me more grace than I deserve, but either way, thank you. So then, I gather Val's described our state of affairs?
Confirmed. The commander has received a full briefing on the following topics: the invasion of Arcadia, the Rift, and Agent DeVries' survival.
DeVries. Would have been better if she joined the dead. I figured she'd done just that until I got the alert that she brought down the Earth Directorate satellite. If she's of a mind to, she could use the information on that thing to destabilize the Rift and destroy Arcadia. She was one of us, Commander. It's our responsibility to stop her. Figured a little risk wouldn't put you off. She's going to ground now. But as part of her original undercover mission, DeVries was inserted at the Vox relay station on Paradise Island. She did follow protocol, established a safe room there. Wager that's where we'll find clues as to her present plans and whereabouts. Thank you, Commander. Means a lot coming from you. Just to be clear, I'm not saying we're strolling up to the Vox station and knock nicely. The Vox is highly restricted and heavily defended. It'd be a death sentence. We might ought to explore the island first, find out what we can. The satellite alert pinged DeVries' tracker in a town, name of Fairfield. Wasn't nowhere clear as yours, so we need to poke around a bit. Doubt she's there now, but it seems a better place to start than assaulting a protectorate communications hub.
Ah, that's what I thought. It looks like a slightly more green Earth. Alright, and then do we just... Oh, no, we go down there. I think that's where I tried to go the very first time on the Steam Decks. There's probably like some way to get out down here, I assume? Where was that anyway? Like the corridor. No, that's definitely not what I want. Nope. You probably want to go through here. Yes, this is
Records indicate that lockboxes, such as the two housed in this dispenser, were originally part of a failed smuggling operation. Special lockbox keys are needed to open them. After discovering the first lockbox, Agent Ibarra installed this dispenser to house additional lockboxes, which may be located throughout the colony. Unfortunately, due to a jam, the dispenser is currently inoperable. Agent Ibarra deprioritized its repair in order to focus on rescuing you, Commander. Theorizing. Extracting the contents from the first lockbox may disencumber the dispenser, allowing it to return to normal operations. This unit has an advanced decryption key that can open the first lockbox, Commander. Helpful addendum. Scans also indicate an Auntie's Choice dematerializer within the first lockbox, which you may find useful in the discreet disposal of bodies, Commander.
I'm concerned you'd need to catch it like that.
An Earth Directorate agent prepares for all eventualities, including but not limited to unpremeditated murder. Additionally, the second lockbox's contents may contain parts to upgrade your Valerie unit. Upgrades are recommended to improve your experience of Valerie. Agent Ibarra theorizes that some keys may be obtainable from vendors, but the majority are likely scattered around the colony.
Well, that makes
Please
sense.
be on the lookout for any additional lockboxes, which may be stored here for your convenience.
Huh.
Congratulations on your acquisition of the now functioning normally. Your ability to
I hope I selected him and didn't deselect him by accident. I'm great at doing that. Alright, this is what I was more concerned with. What's it going to be like when we get out of a ship in a small area? When we still get playable FPS with these settings? They're not great. But they'll do. As long as you stay over 30, most people are happy. Now, don't get me wrong, I would have loved for it to stay at like 60 almost, but I knew that wasn't going to happen. I just wanted like 30 or 40 FPS without it looking like garbage if it's going to be 30, 40 FPS anyway. Instead of like maybe closer to 50, but it looking like pixelated garbage. You know? Alright, where are we headed? Was I going the right way? No, let's just go way over there. Oh shit, there's a thing right here to explore. So why not just check it out? There could be some stuff to loot. I do not like that part. I'm pretty sure that's upscaling doing that. And we're not even using FSR, so we can't even blame FSR. Who knows? Maybe that's just game just does that. That would be pretty lame. I don't think there's really anything else up here, is there? Oh yeah, I wonder. Do we finally have a halfway decent amount of ammo for this yet? No, not really. Well, whatever. We'll go back to the pistol then, because I think I had like hundreds of rounds for that. I'd rather use one more powerful gun, but yeah, I got like 104 rounds for that. That's probably why you see like everybody playing this game using this for so long. They just got more ammo for it. Save the other one from more crazy shit, you know? Oh, what's this? I'll take that. You don't need it. Oh, holy shit. Where'd the other one go? Oh, that's fast. Alright, we don't want to kill him. Alright, he's got him. Now where'd their bodies go, damn it? I wanted the loot. Eh, whatever. I'm not going to spend too much time looking for them. I doubt they had anything phenomenal anyway.
Welcome to Fairfield, now under the new and improved management of Auntie's Choice. I'd usually ask if you were affiliated with the previous regime, but you lack the bewildered gaze of a yay-saying protectorate subject. Even so, going to have to ask you to identify yourself. Still a war on and all. Earth Directorate, huh? Like, from the serials? Thought Arcadia was outside your jurisdiction. Any folk native to this place sure wouldn't have ever heard of you. End of the day, we let most anybody in. Bottom line's all we care about is our bottom line. That'll be all. Unless you got any questions before you're on your way. As I've never heard of her, can't say I can. Seems like Minister Milverstreet knows everybody, though. Probably ask him. Anything else?
That's about all I want to do. I don't want to waste your time.
Before I forget, I have standing orders to send all newcomers to Minister
That's where I was
Milverstreet.
going anyway.
He's in the town hall. That'd be the one with the giant hologram on it. Can't miss it. Thanks again.
Alright though, this looks like a perfect time to go and move over to the X. Alright, let's get some camera cord gameplay on the X now here. Now we open some cellar. It wasn't in here, or was it? No, it doesn't look like it. I'll take all your shit. Oh, what's that? Ha. Okay, now, there should be a way down there then. Hell yeah.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. Though what an odd thing to die for. Apples. Is that not why you've come? Because you discovered our recent larceny at the greenhouse? How coincidental. When we've finished here, your fellows will call your death the same. The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison. Alas, I was spotted on one or two forays. Starving? Hardly. We have greater stores of strength than you suppose. This hunger is a momentary distraction, nothing more. If you are conniving for some concession of weakness, you will be a long time waiting. Enough! We know what is expected of us, and we have readied ourselves to meet death in all its personas. Have you?
Something had been absconding with food from the greenhouse, but never in a million skips would I have guessed it was stoles. Guess I had this mystery all wrong. A small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish. I lost a friend in the invasion. A good friend. Thought maybe all this was her trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish. She was. Yeah. Oh, that feels good to say aloud, even if it hurts too. Romantic entanglements ain't exactly encouraged between troopers, especially in the same division. Supposedly compromises our decision-making in the field. But I digress. Thanks for your help. And for listening to my languishments. Glad someone else might remember her now, too.
I didn't know he was a good guy. So I just tagged everything that was shooting. Okay. And so I pulled out my gun.
I suppose it was only a matter of time until we were discovered. Though what an odd thing to die for. Apples. Spare me such timid drivel. We needn't waste time bandying lies. Of course, I know why you're really here. You have come to exact retribution for our larceny at your greenhouse. The greenhouse's stolen bounty offered a healthy alternative to gorging ourselves on that vending machine poison.
Alright, so no matter what,
Alas,
we're just gonna kill them all. I
spotted
figured it'd be
on
fun
one
to
or
just
two
use
forays.
sly talk to get out of it, but they're easy to kill.
A bold choice. Let's see how it plays out for you, Invader.
You did me a big favor here. I knew someone, or something, had been absconding with food from the greenhouse, but never in a million skips would I have guessed it were stowaways. Huh. Guess I had this mystery all wrong. A small part of me was hoping... Nah, never mind. It's downright foolish. I lost a friend in the invasion.
And this time, since I didn't try to kill him, he shouldn't try to kill me.
Maybe all this was
I
her
hope.
trying to send me a message of some kind. Like I said, foolish. She was. Yeah. Oh, that feels good to say aloud, even if it hurts too. Romantic entanglements ain't exactly encouraged between troopers, especially in the same division. Supposedly compromises our decision-making in the field. But I digress. Thanks for your help, and for listening to my languishments. Glad someone else might remember her now, too.
Anything else down here? Well, doesn't really look like it. I think we are out of here. Unless there was something else I was supposed to grab down back there. Although I don't even think that was part of like the actual thing I was supposed to do. Honestly, no clue. Could just go back and look at the thing again, but... Alright. Got more skill points. More guns. Who are you?
Pulverizing them suffice? No, I couldn't liquefy them. Apply heat and congeal them into kibble no beast could resist. Oh, Ethel, darling, you're a genius. Approach with less haste next time, won't you? Copernicus may be tame, but he still doesn't take kindly to being startled. I am Ethel Tinsley, chimeric scientist. I'm responsible for taming this delightful raptidon here. He will protect our fair town from his feral brethren in the wilds. Theoretically. Officer Carr has been in a state waiting for me to train the raptidons to, maul on command. It's rather pressing, and alas, one scientist-turned-tamer can only do so much. One might say I'm perhaps a bit on edge. Folk here have grown weary, shall we say, with the war effort, and with avoiding Carr and the minister's would-be fisticuffs. If you two have spotted the chasm between them, I fear the Protectorate have already pinpointed the way with which to exploit it. I'm unused to the way things are done here, I suppose. The Protectorate leadership never behaved in such a manner. The fact is that those two never got along particularly well, even under the best of circumstances. One wishes to woo Protectorate subjects to our ranks. The other wishes to secure a decisive victory with weaponry and technology. As for which approach is best, I wish I knew. I see. Well, I hope his spirits may be sustained. I have grown fond of the minister, but I cannot help but wonder if he fully understands how proud the Protectorate are. It takes great courage or desperation to acknowledge the wrongs of one's society, and even more to leave it entirely. He may find that courage to be rarer than he thinks, or perhaps he will manage to prove me wrong with his powers of persuasion yet again. How I would welcome it in this case. Very well. I ought to focus more on my work than on social tensions anyhow. I work directly with Officer Carr and her soldiers to ensure they're outfitted with the best Raptidon counterparts Paradise Island can provide. In theory, they'll be trusted to guard our most precious assets, including our leadership. For now, they deter encroachment from wild Raptidons. It's most agreeable. I'll not have such pessimism permeating my lab. It makes the Raptidons anxious, you know.
Alright, I'm supposed to be going through these looking for, like, clues, if I remember correctly.
My cover story has worked. I am safely ensconced at the Vox station, assigned to the lowly Information Input and Retrieval Department. Seems a colony so certain of its
Alright, though.
absolute control
I think if
over
we're
its
just going to be
subjects,
going through a
less than
bunch of this
rigorous
stuff,
when it comes to
We'll go ahead and wrap the video on up, and I'll just do this off camera. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for the Outer Worlds 2 on the Ally X and Z1 Extreme, and it actually gives us pretty playable FPS. It's still not the best way to play by any means. Can't really hit 60 anywhere without making it look like absolute garbage, and even then you can't get 60 plus everywhere. So that's why I decided when that happens, try to do good middle ground. Try to do, make it look alright and still at least stay over 30, preferably in the 40 to 50 FPS range. Because I don't know, 40 to 50 just feels so much better than 30. 30 is my absolute bare minimum. I can't really play a game if it drops under 30 myself, but there's plenty that can. So I still tested the settings where that weren't giving stellar results, because I'm not everybody, like I always say. So that is all though. At least it did better than the Steam Decks. I still think once those got to the planet, they probably would have given like well under 30 FPS. So unless you're okay with like in the 19s to 25s, you probably wouldn't have much fun on the Steam Deck, unless you did really aggressive FSR, and then you might be able to get into the 30s and 40s, and then it's going to look like a pixelated mess. I can obviously test that out if you guys would like, because I didn't get to there on the Steam Decks, unfortunately. Because you know me, I just start the game at the very beginning on the Steam Decks and just go my way through the game until we get to the last TV PC. But anyway, that is all for this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.